Listen, I need y'all to jump on with me for a moment. I want to have a quick heart to heart, and I believe that what I am going to talk about is going to be something that will really resonate with those of you all in any level of leadership. I really want to deal with those of you who are bosses in your own right. If you are a CEO, if you are um, a business owner, if you are a leader, if you are a pastor, if you are any a person in any level of leadership, I really want to have a quick heart to heart, and then I want to make a special announcement about something that I believe is going to bless your life or to really help you. I am so excited. I see you guys in the comment section, and I am so excited about this. Do me a favor, really. I really want you guys to do me this favor. I want everybody, if you can, hit the share button or tag a leader. Now, let me give some disclaimers real quick. I'm in New York, I'm downtown Manhattan, and the internet is crazy here. So if it starts spooling, this is my disclaimer. Y'all know I keep it real. If it starts spooling, just give it a second. I'm sure it's going to get right in. It's not because of a lack of professionalism. Hey, y'all. But I am in a different place, so I don't have my usual equipment. I don't have my HD camera. We have to do what we have to do. You would have flew to New York with me. See, some of y'all need to be figuring out where I'm headed so you can accompany me. This is what we need to do. I'm on the move. One of my premier and premium coaching clients told me one time, she said that somebody had asked her, why are you always going and doing, with Dr. E? She said, because as soon as I get close to her, she's on the move again. And I love that because that's how I feel like, every time there is something that I've done, there's something to be done. And so I'm so very excited about that. So let me listen. I need to really give you guys a second. Think of some leaders that you are connected to, because this little heart to heart that we're going to have, I believe, is really going to get an aha moment, give them an aha moment. Some of the people that you're connected to that run businesses, organizations, have team members, have staff, are leading, as powerful women CEOs. I need you to send them a notification, send them a text, say, hey, Dr. E is on. Let's see what's going on tonight. Go over into your IG. Tell IG, listen, get over here. I'm on YouTube. So if you have people and they're not on Facebook, I'm on YouTube live right now. Go find my page and tell them to get in on this, because first of all, I want to see your feedback, because what we're going to talk about is, I'm real raw and relevant. And I really want to get to the heart of the matter with this. And because I don't want anybody to miss this announcement, because once it hits, it's going to hit. And I don't want anybody left out. So again, forgive me if the internet quality is not doing what it needs to do, again, because I am in downtown Manhattan and I can't vouch for the internet connection here, but I promise you I'm going to keep going. If it starts to lag or if it pauses, I'm going to be here. If you're watching the replay, you won't have any of these issues. So thank you for being patient through that quick announcement, because this is going to be really good. So here's the first thing that I really want to talk about, and I'm not going to be long, but I really have to set the stage for why I'm doing what it is that I'm getting ready to do, and I really want you all to hear my heart. And if you are a leader, this is really going to resonate, I believe, with you directly. And again, when I say leader, I am specifically talking to those of you all that have any level, any atmosphere of authority over a team, a group, staff, members, whoever. If you are in a position of authority and you have access to other people, I want to really have a quick heart to heart. And then I'm about to burst with this announcement because I'm so excited about it. It is something that I have been wanting to do, and finally have been able to birth this, and excited for those of you all. Now, this is going to be one of those times where your call to action is going to really call you to action. Man, that was good. If it was Monday, that would be a mic drop. But your call to action after or as we start talking tonight is really going to be a call to action for you in your life. I really want you to have an aha moment about yourself, about the people under your tutelage, about the people who you have positioned yourself to lead, guide, and direct. So here's one of the things that I have noticed as I have been in different arenas of leadership for a very long time. You know, when you get in your mid 40s, you can say for a very long time, spending 20 plus years working as a leader, but working alongside leaders in ministry, in nonprofit, in the corporate world, in civic and community organizations. I have noticed some things about leaders, and I've also noticed where there have been some holes, some places of deficiency when it comes to really helping us as leaders in certain capacities. I think a lot of the times we focus on the team, the staff. You know, we have staff retreats and we have team, exercises, and we're always sending people to get things done and to move into their best life. But sometimes I feel like leaders get left out. Man, I don't know if you're a leader and you're on here. Can I just get a yep or a yes or something? Leaders, a lot of the times, get left out. And if you're not careful, if you're a leader, you don't even really notice it because you're in a place where you feel like I have to keep up momentum. There's so many things that are tasked and assigned to me that I don't think I can stop for a second because so many people are waiting for me to do something. I see y'all in the comment section they're waiting for me to make a decision. They're waiting for me to make a mistake. They're waiting for me to make an announcement, make money, make a move. I see y'all in this comment section. Leaders get left out. And that sentiment has really been weighing on my heart very heavily for about the past 6 months. And I'm one of those people that I'm not just going to talk about it. I'm going to be about it, right? If there is, my grandfather used to tell me, leave a place better than you found it. And so I'm one of the people who, if I go somewhere and I see a need, I'm going to address it. I am very blessed to and very humbled and honored to mentor and coach leaders. That blesses me. I'm talking about men and women who are doing what they do, who are trailblazers, who are helping facilitate thousands, millions now of dollars, who are out here taking the world by storm in ministry, in the marketplace, in different fields, from real estate to marketing to sales, every different levels of entrepreneurship. And so I am very blessed and humbled to be working all of the time with leaders. But as I work with them, as I mentor them, as I coach them, I've recognized that there are places where leaders get left out. There are places where leaders, if we're able to tell the truth, there's these pockets of space that I feel like all leaders need. And so one of the things I want to deal with as I'm thinking, about and I wrote some things down. I was thinking about the different types of leadership mindsets that I've come across. Now, if it's you, if you find yourself in the comments, you can let me know that it's you. But I found, and I'm just going to just deal really quickly with about three categories that I found of leadership mindsets. Number one, there's the leader who says, "I've been doing it like this forever, and it's good." But can I ask you a question? When are you going to take it from being good to being great? When are you going to take it from being a bright idea to a brilliant one? Ouch. Can I just say this again for the people in the back? I get it. It's good. You've been doing this for a minute and you've been doing pretty good. But at some point, pretty good is not good enough. At some point, you've got to say, listen, I have to cast my net into the deep. Oh, I see the ouches. Thank you. When is pretty good not going to be enough? When are you going to get from it being good? Are you leading in a good way to a great way? When is it going to get from you taking and making the shift of being one of the brightest in your field, because we like to say that, oh, he's one of the brightest in his field, oh, she's one of the brightest when are you going to make that shift from bright to brilliant? At some point we've got to get into the place where we're comfortable in brilliance. And so one of the types of leadership mindsets that I've run across a lot is just, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, let me just help you. If it's not broke, then make it faster. If it's not broke, then streamline it. If it's not broke, then automate it. Uh-oh, I'm helping and I'm teaching better than y'all commenting in this comment section. If it's not broke, then replicate it, duplicate it, and automate it, and then move on to something brighter. And so, but we get stuck in what I call this culprit called cultivating complacency. And we just think, well, I don't want to shake anything up, and I don't want to, but no, it's time to make that shift from we're just good enough to know I need to be great. And so that's one of those leadership mindsets. One of the other things about that same mindset, if I'm honest with you all, is you begin to feel like, well, I don't want other people to judge me, and think, I'm out here trying to kill it. And who does she think she is? And who does he think he is? I'm trying to get this done. Really? That's what you do? No, you need to sit this thing down. I'm helping tonight. You don't you try to go that hard for that. It's just this. Listen, we've got to get that's sometimes people want to keep you in this fence of familiarity. Oh, I'm helping somebody. They want to keep you bound in a fence of familiarity. And so as long as you stay doing good, but not great, as long as you are one of the brightest minds, but as long as you're not brilliant, then people can continue to facilitate familiarity. They can look at you like, oh, I know you. Oh, that's just such and such. Oh, they're just over there doing that. Those are the mindsets, I believe, as I've coached and mentored and worked alongside and taught leaders, that happens with people. And so here's the thing. I want to give you this quick warning, leaders. If you continue to allow people to facilitate this fence of familiarity, what will happen is they're going to play you too close to the left. I didn't mean to go over that way, but what's going to happen is they're going to take that kindness for weakness, or they're going to look at you as though you don't really have the capacity to move in the area of brilliance, because sometimes we have certain issues, certain internal interferences that make us feel like, well, I don't want to shake things up, and I need to people please. And so I can't please you and be better than you at the same time. Wait a minute. Hold on. I can't please you and exceed at the same time. Might I suggest that somebody has to win to give the rest of us the strategy? And so if we're all out here trying to make it at the same time, trying to run the race at the same level, who's going to lead the way? Who's going to look back and say, listen, I already went there. I've already did that. Let me give you a shortcut. And so we've got to understand that people, instead of looking for a handout, we need to be asking for a hand up. Might I say this again for y'all in the back? Are y'all sharing this and getting other leaders on? Because I believe this is going to bless somebody. We're looking so many times for a handout. I'm okay with just an applause. I'm okay if they'll just like my post. I'm okay if they just invite me to sit at the table. No, we need a hand up. I don't want to just sit at the table. I want a group of people who say, let's build some tables. And so in this arena that we're in leadership, we have to be mindful that we are not cultivating a culprit called complacency, that we are not allowing people to fence us into the facade. Y'all know I'm the queen of alliteration, called familiarity. We've got to make that shift. The second leadership mindset that I have noticed so many times is that, and this is something, and we've just got to tell the truth right here, that the truth is, I'm ahead of most of the people in my field. The truth is I'm really doing the doggone thing, but it's hard to level up with people who are on the same level. Uh-oh, this might not, I see y'all tagging people and getting them on. It's going to help somebody. Let's just tell the truth. It's hard to level up when the people that I'm connected to are all on the same level. Now, this is not a comment or a discussion of dissent, but this is so that the eyes of our understanding become enlightened. This is for us to give a different perspective. A lot of the times we have to be able to discern the difference. We have to be able to discern dialogue. We have to be able to know how to leverage levels. We have to be able to know how to assess associations. I'm helping up in here. And so what happens a lot of the times is that that facade of familiarity puts us in places where everybody, there's this level of commonality that keeps us too common. I just had to pause and let you think about that for a second. There is this level of commonality that keeps us too common. And what happens is if we're all at the same place, if we're all at the same level, if we're all walking in the same pace, then what happens is we can't level up because we're on the same level. And so when we have that type of mindset, what we don't do is we don't stretch ourselves. We don't operate with different people. We don't move away from people who from people who look like us and talk like us and have the same backgrounds. We don't allow ourselves to move into different circles, different arenas, people who we may have never had a conversation with before, people who can offer us something, a different perspective. I say all of the time, and I'm not going to go here because y'all know I'll do it. A lot of the times, what happens is inadvertently we've adopted what I call lobby linguistics. Now, this is beautiful because I'm at this hotel downtown New York, and we got a suite on the top floor. And I was intentional about investing into doing that because number one, I knew I had this announcement to make, but I wanted to have some penthouse perspective. I wanted to go somewhere where I could have a different perspective. I wanted to come to Times Square. I wanted to be able to really feel what it looks like when you're seeing things that are bigger than you, when you are around a situation and in a place of unfamiliarity. Are you causing yourself to stretch or are you causing yourself to stress? Listen, I'm here. Oh, my sis is on now. And so listen, I want y'all to share this with your leaders. If they're ministry leaders, if they're boss women, bosses, men who are in different capacities of leadership, nonprofits, if you are having to deal with people that you are in authority over, I need you to be in on this tonight because I believe this is going to bless your life. And so I wanted penthouse perspective. They took me to the top floor, and it wasn't because I wanted to look down. It's because I wanted to look out and look up. I'm just going to say that again. It's not because I wanted to look down on anybody. It's because I've been down. You know, the songwriters say, I've been down so long, it looked like up to me. That was Drake. But listen, the psalmist, I believe he had tapped into the supernatural then. He said, you know, you can come to a place where you facilitate familiarity. This is my spin on it. And you've gotten so used to that low place, it looks like you're up when you're really in the same. You just moved, but you didn't move up. There is a difference between moving forward and moving up. Let me just say this again to about 100 of you guys. We need to make sure we can discern the difference. There's a difference between moving forward and moving up. I don't just want to move out. I want to move up. And so he was saying, if you're not careful, because what he said was, I noticed I'm looking around and I got fake people showing fake love to me straight up in my face. Well, I wanted to tell Drake, well, it's because you needed to elevate your perspective. You were down too low. It was time to stop. And what happens is when you stay in the lobby, you cultivate lobby linguistics. You start speaking the language of the lobby. All of a sudden, you start saying things like, I can't afford that. That's not for me. That's for those folks. Let me not look like I'm out here doing the doggone thing. Let me not look like I'm leveling up, because what will the people say? Can I tell you something? When I got to the penthouse perspective, when I got to the top floor, I didn't need updates from the lobby. Somebody's gonna catch that tomorrow afternoon around 12. So when I got to the penthouse perspective, when I decided to level up literature, level up language, level up leverages, level up in different areas of my life, I noticed that I no longer needed updates from the lobby. Don't call me and tell me what they're doing over there, because if they're in the lobby, if they're in the place, and you have to ask yourself as leaders, have I adopted lobby linguistics? Are we all over here still talking about what we want to do, what we should do, what we need to do, but we haven't done? I hope I'm coming right where you are. Leaders, this is a call to action, so I can call you to take action. And so that's the second mindset that I've been noticing, that we won't tell the truth and we won't say that a lot of the people that I'm currently connected to are on the same level as me. And if I am going to travel to the next level, here's the thing that we don't want to tell the truth. I'm going to go there, Felicia. Here's the thing that we don't really want to tell the truth about. And that truth is it costs a little more to have penthouse perspective. I went on vacation with my daughter a couple of weeks ago, and she was just outdone. She said it was one of the most amazing experiences because she was like, Mama, they did everything for us. You know, we had this huge apartment, looked like, and people took our luggage and people brought our stuff up and people packed our stuff and they brought us stuff. And everywhere we went, we did this and we did that. That's because I invested at that level. Now, everybody's not going to want to hear this part. It makes us a little bit uncomfortable because then we got to start dealing with people. Oh, she thinks she this. But let me just tell you something. If my children can know me when I struggle, then I also want them to know the me that does not. This is hitting home for somebody. If the people connected to me can have conversations about when I didn't have and when I couldn't get, I also want those same people to have new resources. I want those same people. My apostle is on. Apostle B. Hey, Apostle B. I want people to understand that, you know, a lot of the times, if the only thing we have in common is what I used to have and what I didn't know, then I need to change my circle. I need to convert this conversation, and I need to convert the people I'm communicating with. And so I recognize something, that if I was going to not adopt lobby linguistics, the language of the lobby, that kind of stuff is not for us. We shouldn't have that. I don't want people saying, where are y'all? I wanted her to understand, listen, you know, I've went to the next level with this thing. I've went to the next level. I want you to see me, not just because you see me work hard. I hope I'm hitting you all as leaders. You've seen me struggle. You've seen me do without. You've seen us have to share things. You've seen, but at some point, I've got to say, here is a new perspective. I need you to see me higher. I don't know who this is for, because first, though, I got to see myself higher. I've got to understand that I'm worth the investment. And so when we went, I said, so when we travel, when we do get an opportunity to travel, we'll travel well. When we do get an opportunity to do something, we're going to do it. So yes, we went. Yes, we made a point of going somewhere where I paid. See, this is the thing. Everybody, you know, love to see the pictures. Oh, y'all went kayaking. Oh, y'all went this boarding on this, and you went here and you had this. But can I tell you, there was a price to pay. But I was willing to invest in that because I needed her to see me higher. I needed first to see myself higher. A lot of the times as leaders, the reason why people are taking us for granted, not investing at a different level, whether it's ministry or the marketplace, is because they've never seen us past our struggle. They've never seen us in the land of plenty. They've only seen us struggling. What you need to understand, and if you're understanding the mindset of millionaires, is they're not going to invest where there's a need. Y'all are not hearing this. They're going to invest where there's reciprocity. This might hurt, but it's gonna help you, I promise you. And so what investors do, or people, they're not the people who run after the GoFundMe. They're not the people who are coming because we just need to get $15 more, or if we can just throw this. They're not rolling on that. That's not what they want. They're saying, I need to see someone who is at a place where they can get a return on their investment. If you've ever positioned yourself to apply for grants or apply for certain levels of capital, the first thing that they will ask you, the people with the money, is what have you already been doing with yours? I can't hear anybody on this live. Where y'all at? Because that's the first thing they want to know. Are you making it happen? Are you willing to make the investment? Because I can't see you a certain way that you don't see yourself. I can't, you can't expect me to want to invest into something that you don't have faith in, that you haven't put your finances in. And so a lot of the reason why some of our businesses won't shift and some of our ministries won't shift and some of our organizational structures won't do what they need to do is because we were down so low, a little bit looked like up to us. And then we have the audacity, if we're not careful, to start feeling some kind of way when we see people reaching new heights. Well, can I just tell you something? They paid for it. Listen, if you're one of the people that have made a decision that and I'm not talking about y'all that's still struggling with it, you have to say, look, I paid for that. I paid for that. You don't know the cost. I paid for that. You see me riding good or eating well or traveling well or enjoying things that I paid for that. And so we have to understand that when we are around people and all of us are at the same level, that's great for one particular area of our lives. We all need camaraderie. But if we're going to shift up, so that we can shift out, we're going to have to get in different circles. We are going to have to be honest about the fact that we need new relationships. We need new connections. We need new networks. And those networks have to have a different net worth. Okay. Last but not least, the last mindset that I've seen amongst leaders is the mindset of I actually need help. I actually could use some help, but I don't want to look incompetent. I don't want to feel inferior. We got to tell the truth in here. This is how we get free. I always say before the truth can make you free, you've got to figure out what lie is holding you hostage. We need to understand that a lot of the times we're in this place where we're so concerned about what people will say about us. What will they say if I did this? What will, I don't want them to think. If I invest in myself, if I get a coach, if I get a mentor, if I invest in somebody to work with me, what are they going to say if I've been running this business all this time? What will they say if I'm going somewhere to learn and to grow? They're going to say, finally, thank God, good, you're making the shift from bright to brilliant. That's what they're going to say. And so, didn't want to be here long. This announcement that I have is specifically for leaders. The leaders that I'm talking about, you guys that have these amazing visions for your business, your ministry, your organization, your company, but you're actually not seeing the results that you really desire. Yeah, it's good, but it's not great. It's for you all that are very keenly aware, let's be honest, that there are some communication gaps in your team. You know why? Because you can tell them what to do, and you can tell them, and then they come back and ask you how to do it, or you can send them out on their own, and then you're like, what are y'all do? What is this? What are y'all doing? What just happened? Did y'all not hear? There's a communication gap somewhere. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's you guys. Am I talking fast and you listening slow? Where's the disconnect? And so it's you all who are saying, I know that between me and my team, me and my staff, me and my group, there's some communication gaps, but I don't know how to amend them. It's for those of you all that say, listen, this past year with this pandemic has caused a shift in the way that I do business, in the way that we operate. And I really am in need of a transition management process in order to move my business or my ministry or my organization forward effectively. We took a hit, or, we were doing things the old way, or we were doing things in a traditional level, but I don't know how to transition properly with my ministry, with my business, with my organization. How do we do this? I'm not really sure. It's for those of you all that say, I have a whole lot of ideas. As a leader, we operate sometimes in what I call the mantle of multi-potentiality, which means that we can do a lot of great things at the same time, but sometimes we don't have that right follow through. Sometimes we're trying to launch and we lose. We try to launch and we start flunking. We try to launch and we get caught up in the details, or we get so caught up in the big picture we forget the details. And so it's difficult for us to follow through with these projects. And so we're saying, look, I need to clear this mental clutter. I really want to execute in confidence and complete a thing. I want to finish what I started. And then those of you all who say, I know that there are some areas that's affecting our productivity. I know that there are some areas that is affecting our performance, our progress, our profit. And I want to be able to not just identify them, but I want to have solutions to them. If any of that is you, put a number 1 in the comments. I need to make sure that I'm talking to the right people. If it's you, those mesothelioma commercials where they say, if you or someone is experiencing any of these, call this number, put a number 1 in the comments. I need to know if it's you, because identify yourself. We got to tell the truth. If that's you, if you really are honest, about that being the fact of you. If you are in a place where you're saying, I really know that it is time for me to get in a different environment, and I need to be with some other like-minded individuals that understand the challenges of leadership, that understand when I say this, they know exactly what I'm talking about. They're not getting offended. I'm not talking over their heads. They can relate to it. Not because that's at the level that I'm at, or at the place where I am, that's what I need. That's the kind of community that I need. And also I need help with navigating it properly. One thing I know about leaders, and I don't I don't, say that I know everything, but I do know a couple of things about leaders. I know that you have to make a lot of decisions. And I know that sometimes it's mentally draining. I know that sometimes you're thinking it's unnecessary because I should have other people in my organization that should be doing it for me. I'm positioning them to lead, but I'm still making all the decisions. I know you're a visionary. You are absolutely a big picture person, but sometimes you feel like no one really understands the passion and the plan of what you're really trying to do. They hear you talking, but they're not really sure how to assist you in pushing out that vision. I know that you're an investor. You invest your time, you invest your money, you invest your resources into things that you believe will be profitable, even though some of those things have not turned the profit that you desire. And I know that even though you are idealistic, you see the good, you have the compassion, but sometimes not the capacity. You're a realist. You are very realistic. And you know that in order for you to move forward, you're going to have a strategic, implementable strategy that's going to produce some tangible results. That's why I am so excited to offer this amazing new event called the Boardroom Conference. I want you guys to meet me at the boardroom. So, what is the Boardroom Conference? The Boardroom Conference is this amazing 2 day event for leaders, for all of you all that I have just identified. We have secured, and it's bougie. We have secured a bougie venue that is really going to help you even take your mindset to the next level. We're going to be in the beautiful city of Charlotte at the luxury hotel called the Valentine Hotel. Beautiful, amazing venue. We have pulled in some of the most brilliant, notice I didn't say brightest because we're going from bright to brilliant, right? We're going to make that shift. Leaders to come and to shift us in our mindset, in our momentum, in our money, in our management. I have pulled together some people who are going to help us make that shift. You're needed in this boardroom. We want to give you the opportunity to engage with, to learn from, and to build with other top performing executives. And so this Boardroom Brilliance event, this boardroom conference is July 30th and 31st, right? And it's going to be 2 days. On day one, now it's 2 days, but let me just be honest, the second day is only going to be for VIP. So let me go ahead and tell you about this thing. So the first day, if you come and you're in on the Boardroom Brilliance, listen, you're going to have some amazing people. I have my friend, Dr. Barbara Lowe, and Dr. Barbara Lowe is a licensed psychologist. She's a minister. She's a board certified coach, and she deals specifically with trauma. She's coming in because she's going to help you do the section she's doing is noise, nonsense, and nuances. And she's going to help you identify internal interferences that's interrupting your ingenuity. And so what that means is if you're saying, I have these ideas, but sometimes I get caught up and I have all of these things, could there be something inside of me? Could there be something I'm not dealing with? Unprocessed stress or nervousness, anxiety, trauma that's causing me not to see what I need to see about me when it relates to my business, my ministry, my organization. She's going to shift us. I have the amazing Allison Cartwright who is coming. She is one of the co-founders of an organization called Invent Shine. Now, this organization, let me tell you something, has developed patents that have, for the past 23 years, that has been connected with Home Depot. They have patents with Home Depot, Costco, Tyco Healthcare, Sears, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, True Value, Overstock.com, and TJ Maxx. And she is coming to teach us her session because it's going to be amazing. It's going to deal with ideas, innovation, and investments. She's going to show us how to move forward with momentum. So those of us who are leaders, who are saying, look, I got all of this great stuff. And how do I want to talk to, this is not about emotional stuff. I don't want to deal in emotionality. How do I get my stuff out there? How do I shift this organization, this business, this ministry, this foundation, and put it in front of the right people? Because I need to talk to people who have their stuff in the hands of all of these humongous global retailers. How do I do this? Then I'm going to have my friend, Pastor Kalila Canola is going to come, and she is known as the Impact Architect. And what she's going to do, what she actually does does is that she helps people build processes and systems that strategically align them to their purpose, to their passion, to their position, and to their profit. She's a pastor, but she's an HR executive. She's a speaker and author, and who she understands the importance, and I've seen this with my own eyes, of building the right culture and systems for a sustainable organization. She lives by this mantra: people focused, purpose driven, profit aligned. And so she's going to come in, and I love her topic. She's going to deal with teams, tasks, and tug of wars, how to create a culture of cohesion. If you are in a business or organization and you're saying, listen, how it's confusing. They're saying one thing and I'm saying another thing, and they're doing, and we need a culture of cohesion. She has seamlessly done this for some of the most major organizations that you would not believe. She travels extensively. Hear me when I tell you that there are some of the top leading executives, industry leaders that call for her for systems of how to manage connections and how do we build sustainability in our teams. How do we get our teams together so that we're talking the same language? She's going to show us how to build a culture of cohesion. And then I have my friend. Now this is just, well, I'm going to be doing a session that day, and y'all already know how I bring it. I'm going to deal with, do you have a blueprint for your boardroom? And this is no offense to anybody, but we've got to get to the place where we're not just out here having, making those how we have our ideas written down on our boards, and we're saying, "Ooh, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and ooh, this would be good. I'm going to pin this up on our wall." No, can I just tell you, you need a blueprint for your boardroom. And so we're going to actually deal with alignment architecture. And are we positioning our mindset, our atmosphere, the people around us? Are we posturing ourselves to profit? Are we posturing ourselves to proceed at the right level? Are we hitting our peak performance? Do you have a blueprint? And so we're really going to lay that down. Now, for the people that come in for VIP, listen, and all of those segments are going to have a live Q&A. For the people though that come in for as VIP, you're going to have a special lunch with us, and it's not just going to be any kind of lunch. We're not just going to sit together and eat. We're going to have the leaders luncheon, which means that all of the presenters will be in this lunch. It's going to be like a 2-hour session, and we're going to have an informal mastermind. Now, let me tell you guys this. I've been a part of masterminds, and I've seen masterminds, and they cost tens of thousands of dollars to sit with leaders and to have these conversations. But if you're part of VIP, you'll be able to have this conversation. And that's when you get to say, hey, this is what's going on in my organization. This is what's happening in my ministry. This is what we're trying to do with my team, my staff. Tell me what you guys think about it. And guess what? All of the leaders will be there to talk to you directly about your particular question. And then, and guess what? And the lunch is included. Oh yeah, and it's not just a lunch. It is the leaders luncheon. Also, if you are VIP, the next day, oh, we're having brunch. And we're not just having brunch. We're bringing in someone else, an amazing man who is out here doing what he does. My friend, Bishop Marcus Benjamin, who is the founder of the Benjamin Agency. He has the Daniel Center for Leaders. He's an executive MBA. He's a corporate level strategist and award-winning speaker. And his organization specializes in management consulting, speaking, and coaching. He has worked with some of the biggest names, handles $1 million budgets for large scale companies. He deals with Nationwide Insurance, Ameriprise Financial, and so much more. He's going to come in and do a special VIP session for our brunch called Bank Blind Spots and Billionaire Bosses. And he's going to be featured in there, and so am I. And so when I tell you to be able to get into a place where we can talk about money and we can talk about mindset, I'm really going to deal with nature versus numbers and how our nature affects our numbers. We got to deal with this stuff. See, when you get together with leaders, you can move all of that fluff out the way and get to what you need. We're going to be doing this. What's amazing about this event is because it's for leaders. Leaders need a place to go. If you're not physically able to get there, guess what? We've opened it up that we are going to have a virtual edition. So you can be virtually connected to this event. Now, you don't get all the VIP stuff, of course, but you definitely can tune in virtually. We will have someone assigned to the virtual platform for you to also ask questions and be a part of the conversations as well. One of the new things that we're doing with this amazing event is that we're having a souvenir book that that is going to be an amazing book that's also going to include some worksheets as we are working and drawing this blueprint for our boardroom, as well as if you would like to be a sponsor. Now, this is what I'm excited about as well. If you're going to be a part of this event, or even if you can't make the event, you can still show up at the event. Your business can still show up. We have sponsorship opportunities where it's time for you to get your brand out there. Let me just go ahead and tell the truth. It's time. You've been hiding so long. You've been hiding in the dark, but we want to give you an opportunity to showcase your brand and to gain targeted exposure to hundreds of industry experts, thought leaders, people who have blogs and podcasts and YouTube channels, trailblazing entrepreneurs and potential customers, because you never know who could want to connect with you. So you will have the opportunity to be a sponsor. You can sponsor anything from a business card ad to a full page ad. And everybody, even if the people register virtually, the virtual participants will still get an electronic version of the book with you. Yes, it will be in North Carolina, Charlotte. And so you'll be able to put yourself out there. No more hiding. You'll be able to put yourself out there. Even if you're saying, well, what if I want to just support this because I love Dr. E? Thank you very much. You can just be a sponsor, and we're still going to make you a platinum sponsor, a gold or a silver sponsor, and we will have your name inside of the book because we want people to know who you are. So there are so many amazing opportunities to do this. You can go to the boardroomconference.com and grab your ticket. Now, here it is what I need to say. Early bird registration is only for a limited time. This is not one of those times where we say early bird and then you can still get the price at midnight on a certain day. And when you go to the website, you'll see how long it's open. The early bird special goes away. Now, let me go ahead and shift something in your mindset. You heard the level of people that I'm talking about bringing. You heard the type of venue that I'm talking about coming to, having. This is a business event. And so it is a business investment. I want you to understand and I want you to know, because I think as leaders, it's time for us to scale up. What I've noticed in the past is that when I've kind of tried to cheat myself, can we tell the truth? When I've taken the cheap way out, when I've gotten things that I thought were affordable or all I wanted to pay, I had an experiment and not an experience. I'll just say that again. When I didn't pay well, I got an experiment, but not an experience. That means it could go either way. It was fine. It was no. We're putting too much effort into this for this to be an experience. Experiment. This is an experience, and so it's an investment. I really want you all as leaders to think about investing from your business. We do have group rates available. So if you say, look, I want to sponsor a table, I want to bring 3 people or 5 people, I want my team to come, and my business, we're going to take care of it. Can we do that? Absolutely. Send us a message and type in the word team and our staff. Let us know you're bringing your folks, and we'll send you an email with a link for our group rates, because we want you guys to come. We want you all to have a next level experience. And some of you all, can I just be honest, as leaders, you need a next level experience. I don't want you to begin to get familiar and normalize the same level. I don't want you, I say all the time, just because you normalize it doesn't mean it's normal. Sometimes you can stay at one level for so long that you'll begin to think that that's your final destination. But the truth of the matter is our destination is always higher. Our destination is always to move forward. Our destination is always to launch out into the deep. Our destination is always to press onward. Our destination is always to go higher. And so there are levels to this. And I want to make sure that we give ourselves the opportunity. My team and I, as we have been building this conference and booking stuff and looking through the menus and the venue and getting all of these amazing people to come in and do the decor, just all of the stuff that we're doing, we're investing because we want to walk in and we want you to say, now this is a conference. This is the level of leadership I want to be operating at. This causes me to put my clothes on and go back and grab that degree and grab that language and grab that intellect that I've dumped myself down sometimes for people. This causes me to stand up and be who I'm called to be. This causes me to go ahead and put some new things on the table. This causes me to go grab those blueprints. I don't want you to miss this. It is rare that we're able to physically be in the room with people who can not just inspire us, but who can instruct us and who can give us information information to shift us and from bright to brilliant. And so I want us to shift. And so I want all of you all, again, even if you say, well, that's really not me, but I know somebody who needs to be there, or that's really not me, but I got to share this with my pastor. I've got to share this with my boss. I've got to share this with my girlfriend. I've got to share this with my civic organization. I know some groups that I'm in. I need to tell them. Let me tell you, how about y'all? Can y'all be some ambassadors for me? And can y'all take this information? I'm going to put a big post up with the official flyer and the link, because right now the early bird special is on and I don't want anybody to miss it. But I want you guys to be ambassadors and find leaders. First of all, tell them to watch this video so that they can hear that I'm speaking their language, and then let them know we need to be at this boardroom conference. Don't send me to another training. I don't want to have another session. I don't want to pay for another virtual event until I meet you at the boardroom. So meet me at the boardroom July 30th and 31st. It's going to be an experience that's going to shift you as a leader. Again, we're dealing with our mentality. We're dealing with management. We're dealing with our money. We're dealing with our mindset. And so I don't want you to be left out. The early bird special, I think it's maybe available for the next 10 days, maybe. I'm not sure. Let me look at the countdown, because I want y'all to know that this thing is a time frame on it. Looks like the countdown says that we have 11 days from now to get these early bird prices, and then they're going to go into regular prices. And then again, if you would like to be a sponsor and see your name in that book and be a part of, because we're sending this out to people. You guys know what kind of platform I have. And so when we're giving shout outs to our sponsors, your links to your website and your business products will be there. Make sure you get in on this. Find a way to invest in yourself. Find a way to do something that's sustainable. Yes, we can buy nice bags, and yes, we can go on great vacations, and yes, we can get the latest clothes, and yes, we can download yet another webinar to our computer. But we need to get something that has sustainability, that has some perpetuity, that shifts us to the next level, that makes us shift ourselves from bright to brilliant. So thank you guys that came on for this announcement. I am going to enjoy New York. I have a full plate and I'm just excited to eat. And so make sure that you guys take advantage of this early bird special. You will hear a lot about the Boardroom Conference in the next few weeks. We will have pop-up special guests. We will have testimonials, all kind of things. But listen, go ahead and make the investment. One of the things that saddens me, if I'm honest, about us as leaders is that we like last minute. What that shows me is that you don't see yourself as a priority. And I'm not talking about people who say, wait a minute, I got to kind of move some stuff around and see some stuff. Well, first of all, as leaders, let me just pinch you just a little bit. You should always have an investment somewhere specifically for you. You know, we'll put money to the side for our children. We'll put money to the side for a rainy day. But how often do we put money to the side so that when it's time for us to invest in us, we're able to grab that and do it? So I want you as a leader to start understanding that I don't need to be the last one jumping in, barely making it. I've got to get to the place where I go in first, where I am first, where I see myself as a priority, where I don't talk myself out of it. I deserve this. My congregation deserves someone who's went from bright to brilliant. My organization deserves someone who shifted from bright to brilliant. My business deserves, my staff, my team deserves someone who made the shift from bright to brilliant. So make that investment in yourself. So that's my spiel. Thank you for all of you all that shared. If you didn't share this video, share it. Make sure you go to the boardroomconference.com and sign up, become a sponsor, grabbing a table for you and your staff or your team. Do that because we want to see you there. Until next time, y'all, I'm Dr. E, and I don't know when I'll pop up again because I'm going to enjoy myself for a little while, but I do know I want to see you in the boardroom.